Oops. That guy just rammed into the pole. He's out of it. And just before that, a woman was asking me for bread, for money for bread. Anyways, I just got out of the gym. It's 4:43. I took my time getting out because I had the remainder protein bars. Because yesterday I wasn't able to find the veggie pates. There's a grocery store near the school, which I mentioned in the previous video, showed it. I'll go there during the lunch hour to get veggie pates and granola bars, which I forgot to buy yesterday too. I have one box left, but I'll need a lot for the rest of the week. So all I did today at the gym was mobility exercises. I started with a toe touch, but using the leg press machine, and I can't keep my legs straight on that. It's really hard, but it felt so good afterwards. It's like pulling on my nerves, but it was good. And then I did performance stretch. I used a 20-pound weight to pull me down on a horizontal bench. Well, it was inclined, and then I made it more flat to work more. So that was good. And I even did reps. So I'm trying to work the muscle too. I did sitting on my ankles, but now I'm leaning back, which is helping too. And what was the last thing I did? Yeah, foam roll my back, but focusing on my diastasis recti. So I'm doing everything slow, controlling my breathing, holding my transverse abdominis tight. But after one or two sets, I lose the concentration. It's difficult. So I have some ways to go. When I'm lying on the foam roller on my sacrum, which feels like it needs to be cracked, but I didn't crack it today. But I have more range of motion for straight leg raises, and I'm like feeling it in my psoas. And I'm like, oh, that's something I need to add. So I'm discovering things I need to add to keep myself well balanced and well rounded, and it's work in progress. It hasn't been that long I've been doing that, so it needs years to balance myself out. Oh yeah, and I did also the dowel, the shoulder mobility. The first one was really tight because I did pec deck yesterday, but then by the third set it ended up being better. But it's a lot of maintenance, you know what I mean? But I'm glad I went, because it clears my mind too. I only had 200 milligrams of caffeine, and I'm still foggy because yesterday I had 400, and I can't keep it up at that. I might have to do it later, but I have to be careful, and then I edited and uploaded the last video. And then I went into reading the manual again, because if I'm teaching in December, I have to have read all that stuff and have an idea what I'm doing. So, yeah, which I hate, but yeah. So I've also been thinking about what I need to do when I get back home, right? And that I don't like, because it occupies my mind. I'm like, I gotta, scrub the crotch of my torn up sweatpants, and I gotta do one side of my beard with, gel it down and trim it. And I'm like, those things don't move the needle forward. I wrote it down in notes, but it's like, I need this stuff to become automatic. But the thing is, like today I did different things because things came up. I had to do, put classes into my schedule, write an email that's going to send off at 8, write an alarm I'm going to text her also to cancel one of the classes. So I need to be relaxed when I do all this stuff, Well, it's 12:06. I'm off to go get some, is this the store? No, it's further. To go get some food. But I'm going through it a little bit because I've known this to happen. It happened to me once before, but not to this extent. I'm teaching a class, and one of the students who had mentioned she's epileptic, so I knew that, and then something triggered a seizure, and she falls off her chair, and she starts to, go at it. And so I took care of it. I've been teaching for 5 years, and that's the first time I had to take care of a situation like that. So I'm glad to know that I at least can take charge of a situation. Now they're in the basement and there's no reception, but it was handled pretty well, considering I never knew how I would handle it. But the thing is, called 911. Firefighters came. I had the people working there bring the AED just in case she goes into car, stops breathing. But she came out of it. It was a good 5 minutes of holding her head, and I would keep turning her to the side because I'm like, she looked like she was going to throw up, but she never did, and she started convulsing again. And anyway, she wanted to go home. I'm like, I think the protocol is to get you to the hospital, And then when the ambulance people came, after the firefighters, she went into 2 more convulsions. And she started crying, and it was really... So suffice it to say, I'm feeling the effects now. And the other students are like freaking out. I had to tell the other teacher, and the other class, people were like, kind of like, what's happening? They didn't know when I had to go in and get to talk to the other teacher to see, am I continuing the class? Because they're all traumatized, and now we're on lunch break, right? I think that was the grocery store. Okay, it is there, but I didn't see the sign that's hidden there. There it is. Because I was looking at this end and I'd see no sign, and I'm like, this isn't it. So you can see I'm discombobulated right now. I wasn't during the time, but now it's kind of, the effects come after, and I had to tell them afterwards. It's like I'm repeating what I'm teaching. I'm in teaching mode. All right. They want to take 30 minutes for lunch. And I'm like, well, I got to go do some shopping. They started laughing because I need food. I'm not even sure if this is the actual grocery store. This might be just a warehouse. Oh, man. I brought lunch. I got to go back, but it's like, that sucks. What do I gotta go around? Well, I think it's a warehouse. Alright, here we go. I gotta repeat this. So I sent a text to the woman who I was working with yesterday, who just brings the equipment, and I'm just tired of her nagging and all that stuff. Anyways, to mention it because I want to tell someone, and she says, yeah, something just happened to me in the class, choking. And I replied, oh. So I realized she was trying to one-up me. I'm like, I didn't even bother. Not the person I should tell. But I wanted to talk to someone, but not the narcissistic people. That was completely narcissistic a reaction.